I've been thinking about the upcoming week on General Hospital, and wow, there's a lot in store for Port Charles. From February 16th to 20th, things are about to get intense. Carly Spencer is going to face some real horror, and Willow Kane is carrying some awful news for Drew Kane. Meanwhile, Christina Corinthos Davis might just play matchmaker, so there's plenty of drama on the horizon. Now that Maxi Jones is awake, I was wondering how Nathan West will process everything. Liesl Obrecht is about to spill the details, and I think it's going to leave him questioning what his future really looks like. Even though Nathan has been falling for Lulu Spencer, Maxi's return is bound to shake things up in a big way. Maxi, for her part, has a lot to think about too. Felicia Scorpio is going to try and convince her that Nathan really is back from the dead, and I imagine Maxi will have a hard time sorting through all of that. Valentine's Day drama isn't letting up either. Britt Westbourne seems determined not to be apart from Jason Morgan, and I have a feeling she's going to pull some sneaky moves to steal a few moments with him. Over at the Quartermain house, Tracy Quartermain will clash with Jen Sidwell, while Laura Collins surprises Alexis Davis. Rick Lansing isn't staying quiet either. He's about to drop a shocker that could stir up even more tension. With Rick and Sonny Corinthos bonding, I think he might finally confess what happened during the whole Alexis captivity fiasco. Things get dangerous for Lucas Jones, too. After a tense showdown with Marco Rios at Windermere, Lucas is going to see just how dangerous Marco really is, just like his father. I suspect Lucas will feel remorse over how he treated Carly, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up sharing some terrifying updates with her. Carly might even start worrying about Lucas's safety, especially if Marco isn't protecting him anymore. And it seems Sidwell may send Pascal after Lucas, or at least try to. Meanwhile, Willow is holding on to a big confession for Nina. I'm curious whether this will confirm that Willow shot Drew, or if it's something a bit less shocking. Either way, Willow is definitely about to drop some bad news on Drew, and I can't imagine it's going to make him feel any safer. On a lighter note, Christina will be stepping in as a love doctor, trying to help Cody Bell reconnect with Molly Lansing Davis. And Maxi's homecoming will bring warmth and celebration, though I'm wondering if Nathan might show up and throw Maxi for a loop when she sees him again. As the week winds down, it looks like many in Port Charles will be reflecting on Luke Spencer's glory days. February 20th is shaping up to be a touching tribute, not just to Luke, but to Anthony Geary as well. Honestly, I think this week is packed with drama, suspense, and heartwarming moments. If you're a General Hospital fan, there's a lot to look forward to. Friday, February 13th, 2026, GH Recap, Maxi is back. Felicia and Spinelli make a big decision. Brooke Lynn doesn't hold back. Nathan shocks Britt. Lucas opens up to Liz, and Michael plans a date for Jacinda. Previously, on General Hospital, Curtis is revealed as Portia's baby daddy, and Maxi wakes up as Nathan and Lulu finally agree to follow their hearts. In Boston, Maxi's family is in shock when she suddenly wakes up, bedhead and all. She's even more surprised when her mom casually drops that she'd had a heart attack. Talk about starting the day with a jolt. Spinelli arrives and, unsurprisingly, is stunned to see Maxi alive and kicking. Felicia is eager to hear from a doctor because, let's face it, no one wants to deal with medical suspense more than her. The doctor gives Maxi a thorough checkup, then clears the family to see her. As the kids update Maxi on everything that's happened, Felicia and Spinelli huddle with the doctor. Blood tests? Excellent. Vitals? Strong. Cognitive skills? Sharp as ever. Maxi's basically back in business. Felicia insists that she should be the one to tell Maxi the big news about Nathan. After a heartfelt moment, Spinelli and Maxi are left alone, and he's visibly at a loss for words. He flips through photos, and Maxi can't help but marvel at how BLQ and Lulu are getting along. As everyone prepares to leave, Felicia clings to her daughter, tears flowing, before revealing the ultimate bombshell: Nathan is alive. Cue the collective gasp. Over in the locker room, Liz is caught off guard by Lucas's surprisingly chill attitude about her going out with Rick. Eventually, Lucas admits he overheard Marco talking to his dad and realizes that Marco isn't the man he thought he knew. It's a hard pill to swallow, especially since Marco sided with Lucas's sister against him. Liz tries to convince him he's misreading things, but Lucas is certain. The Marco he overheard isn't the same one he fell in love with. She reminds him that love doesn't disappear over lies. Still, she insists he move out of Windermere immediately because, let's be honest, that place is a danger zone. Meanwhile, Marco drops by the lab to deliver Britt's medicine. She's less than thrilled when he insists on watching her inject herself. Tension rises as they argue about motives, morality, and loyalty. Britt warns that pretending to care won't save him when the truth comes out. Marco tries to push the project forward, hoping they can all just move on, but Lucas catches him making a suspicious call to Sunny. The plot thickens. Lucy gives herself a pep talk before visiting Sidwell. She admits she shouldn't have asked him to choose between her and Ava, but she's ready to give him another chance, even if exclusivity is off the table. Sidwell is happy to oblige, and even asks her to dinner. Over at the office, Nina walks in to find Jacinda and Michael in mid-getup. She's appalled but eventually warms up after Michael explains he's there for Jacinda's partial custody agreement. They strike a truce. Jacinda can stay as long as Michael keeps the romance out of Nina's office. Ava runs in, curious about Jacinda, and confides in her about Sidwell. Nina's skeptical, but Ava insists he's kind, generous, and charming. Sparks fly, and Lucy notices. Sidwell, oblivious, invites Ava to dinner, but the guest list includes Lucy, setting the stage for awkward tension. Meanwhile, Michael and Jacinda bond over his custody arrangements. He admits he just wanted to get ahead of the situation and focus on the good things in life, which to him includes Jacinda. A date is set and she promises a surprise location. At Lulu's, she nearly kisses Nathan but pulls back, suggesting they remain friends. Nathan, of course, thinks that's highly unlikely. Lulu admits she wants to see if there's more between them. As Nathan leaves, he hands her a candy heart that says "Kiss me," classic move. Just as the tension builds, BLQ barges in, talking about Bailey Lou and immediately grilling Lulu about Nathan. Lulu confesses that she and Nathan do have feelings for each other, but insists they need time and space to explore them. BLQ lectures her about exposing secrets and the potential fallout for Maxi and Dante. But the bigger news? Spinelli calls Lulu with life-changing news. Maxi woke up. This episode is packed with emotional reunions, moral dilemmas, and love triangles teetering on the edge. Maxi's return alone is enough to send shockwaves through Port Charles, but add in Nathan, Lulu, and Lucas's discoveries, well, let's just say things are heating up, and no one is safe from a little heartbreak or a little drama. General Hospital fans are in for a major moment as Willow Kane prepares to make a big reveal to her mother, Nina Reeves. The question is, what exactly will Willow confess? Will she admit to drugging Drew Kane, or is this revelation about something entirely different? On February 18th, Willow will finally open up to Nina, and viewers can expect her revelation to be the kind that might catch Nina off guard. Of course, it could be something relatively minor, maybe even just an observation about how things have shifted now that Drew is incapacitated. But knowing Willow, there's always a darker angle lurking beneath the surface. I think what's interesting here is that Willow has slowly started to rebuild trust with Nina. She knows her mother would do just about anything for her, even keeping criminal secrets. That makes me wonder if Willow will decide it's time to confess something far more sinister. Could she finally admit that she's the real shooter? Part of Nina probably already suspects this, so she might not be entirely shocked if Willow comes clean about firing at Drew that night. But Willow's vendetta has only escalated. After being acquitted, she took things to a terrifying new level, injecting Drew with a drug that mimicked a stroke. Now she continues to keep him incapacitated, regularly dosing him to ensure he can't speak or move. It seems likely that Willow could spill the truth about her ongoing plan, especially if Nina witnesses her taunting Drew or administering one of these suspicious doses. How will Nina respond if Willow lays out her strategy to keep Drew out of commission while she focuses on building a better life for her children? From what we've seen, Nina's love and support for Willow are unconditional. Even if she's horrified by the lengths Willow has gone to, there's no way she'd turn her daughter in. Nina will almost certainly help Willow cover up whatever shocking admission is about to come. No matter the details, one thing is clear. Willow will be sharing some important news with Nina, and whatever she reveals, it's bound to shake up Port Charles in ways fans won't forget. I've been thinking a lot about what's coming for Willow Kane on General Hospital, and honestly, I'm starting to wonder if Harrison Chase might be in real danger once her carefully constructed facade begins to crack. Right now, Chase is fully in Willow's corner. He's convinced she's innocent of shooting Drew Kane and seemed relieved when the courts agreed, letting justice, or at least her version of it, prevail. But here's the twist. Chase's loyalty isn't blind. He's still determined to see Michael Corinthos held accountable for that chaotic night when Drew was shot. Of course, Michael isn't actually guilty, but Chase's judgment has been clouded, largely because Willow has fed him a very convincing narrative. Recently, Willow slipped up, or maybe it was calculated, by putting a key to Drew's house on Michael's keyring. Chase discovered it, and that confirmation only deepened his belief that Michael had the upper hand in that shooting. It's the kind of detail that makes him even more protective of Willow, but it also sets the stage for a potential reckoning. I get the sense the writers are steering Chase toward a harsh reality check. Willow's carefully crafted image of innocence can't last forever. So the big question is, how will Chase respond when he finally sees just how far Willow is willing to go? At first, I imagine he'll resist believing it. It's one thing to suspect someone, but another entirely to face the truth that someone you trust has been manipulating you for months. If Chase is going to confront Willow's deception, it's likely going to happen in a very direct way. Maybe by overhearing her boasting to Drew again, or catching her in an unguarded moment that exposes her true intent. Ons. Until that confession happens, I think he'll keep defending her, even against all reason. There have been close calls. Just recently, Willow almost got caught taunting Drew while Chase was in the house. She narrowly escaped, and he didn't see anything, luckily for her. But the next time? That luck might run out. If Chase catches on that she's been deliberately manipulating him, it could shatter his trust completely, and that's where things get truly dangerous. Willow has already taken extreme steps to protect Drew, so it's not hard to imagine her turning that same intensity on Chase if she sees him as a threat. What's terrifying is that Willow will do absolutely anything to keep her children safe, including actions that could put anyone in danger. If she sees Chase as an obstacle, there's a real possibility that her survival instincts could push her to a point where his life is at risk. To me, this storyline feels like it's building toward a major turning point, not just for Willow, but for Chase as well. The tension is palpable, and I can't wait to see what happens when the truth finally comes out. I was thinking about the latest General Hospital developments, and Adam Huss really opened up about how much unfinished business Nicholas still has in Port Charles. Honestly, the guy is paying for some serious misdeeds right now, keeping a pregnant woman in captivity. That's not exactly a small crime. Esme Prince may have meant different things to different people, but to Nicholas, she was both the mother of his child and a massive liability. Trying to keep their relationship and their child a secret and thinking he could just sweep her away, predictably blew up in his face. But here's the interesting part. The end of that chaos might actually signal a new beginning. Imagine Nicholas returning, showing us how much he's grown since finally humbling himself, surrendering to the law, and putting his child's needs ahead of his own for once. That would be a first for him, wouldn't it? Meanwhile, Laura Collins has been carrying the weight of Nicholas's mistakes for quite a while. Not only did his actions put her mayoral reputation at risk, but she also had to step in to care for Ace Cassadine, Nicholas's son with Esme. And don't forget the grief she's still navigating after losing her other grandson, Spencer, when Esme's vengeful spiral cost him his life. If Nicholas does come back, he's going to have a lot of making up to do with his mother, and Adam Huss didn't shy away from admitting that. To be fair, Nicholas has grown up, though, let's be honest, 40 years too late. He certainly didn't act responsibly when he got his son's college-age girlfriend pregnant or when he locked her away on Spoon Island to hide the baby. But in the end, he came to his senses. He left Ace with his grandmother and turned himself in, finally taking responsibility for his actions. That's huge for him, and it might signal a real chance at change. Could we see him trying to be a better father for Ace if he gets out of prison? I think so. And if Nicholas returns, could it also pave the way for another highly anticipated reunion? Spencer's fate is still technically unresolved. They never found his or Esme's bodies, so anything could happen. With Nicholas's name popping up all over Port Charles lately, a return seems more than possible. Personally, I'd love to see him and Ava Jerome get a second chance too. I was thinking about the latest General Hospital drama, and wow, Jack Brennan could be facing a double emergency soon, thanks to the scheming Ross Cullum threatening both Carly Spencer and Jocelyn Jacks. Carly's curiosity is getting the better of her, and she's determined to find out what's going on at the spooky Windermere estate. But as she edges closer to the catacombs, Cullum is lurking in the shadows. Carly has always been more act first, think later, but Cullum is definitely not someone you want to underestimate. During the recent snowstorm, Jocelyn accidentally put herself on Cullum's radar, but somehow managed to escape unharmed, for now. Cullum has made it clear to Jocelyn that she's far from just a ditzy college student, and it seems he's dug into her past, which makes things even more tense. Jason Morgan even warned Jocelyn that Cullum and Jen Sidwell are tied up in Caesar Faison's final project, but of course, that doesn't stop her from snooping around. So the question is, are Carly and Jocelyn about to get caught up in a mother-daughter mess that could bury them both? If that happens, it's almost certain that Brennan will be the one to swoop in and rescue them. Right now, Carly, Jocelyn, and Brennan are playing a dangerous game of secrets, and I have a feeling the whole house of cards could come crashing down before February sweeps is over. If Cullum does manage to corner Carly and Jocelyn, it might force some truth-telling. Maybe Jocelyn confesses her WSB involvement, Carly admits she already knows, and perhaps even that she's secretly working with Valentine Cassadine to bring down Jack. It could push them into an uneasy alliance, finally forcing them to join forces instead of keeping each other at arm's length. So here's the question I keep asking myself. How far would slimy Cullum go to make sure Caesar Faison's plan succeeds? And if it comes to the worst-case scenario, Brennan facing a choice between saving his own life or the lives of Carly and Jocelyn, who do you think he would choose? I honestly don't know if I could guess. This is the kind of tension that makes me love watching GH right now. Every secret, every step closer to danger, feels like it could explode at any moment. I've been thinking about General Hospital and the long-awaited moment when Maxi Jones finally wakes up from her coma. Fans have been dying to see her reunited with her not-so-dead husband, Nathan West. Sure, technically she's with Spinelli right now, but honestly, that seems like a minor detail that can be sorted out later. But here's the thing. What if Maxi's reunion with Nathan doesn't go exactly as everyone expects? Ever since Ryan Pavey returned to Port Charles last year, I've been wondering about the whispers. Could Nathan West actually be an imposter? It wouldn't be surprising. General Hospital writers love tossing in a fake-out every year or two. I mean, it's been a while since someone peeled off a rubber mask and shocked everyone with their true identity, right? Everyone around Nathan is over the moon that he's back from the dead, especially Lulu Spencer. No one seems to even consider that this man might not be who he says he is. But Maxi? She hasn't seen him yet. And to me, that's where things get really interesting. From what I've gathered, when Maxi wakes up, her family is likely going to try to shield her from the full shock for a little while. After all, she's been out of the loop for 9 months since the poisoning, and the news she's about to hear is a lot. I can't help but wonder if Maxi will even be stable when she wakes up. Doctors are probably going to run tests and caution her loved ones not to stress her out until she's medically cleared. I also hear rumors that Maxi's recovery might be rough, possibly even involving memory issues. That makes me think, could memory gaps play a role if she starts doubting Nathan's identity? Eventually, though, she's going to come face to face with him. And let's be honest, they've still got a ton of legal stuff to sort out since they're technically married. Here's the juicy part. I wouldn't be shocked if Maxi starts noticing little things that feel off about Nathan. She knows him better than anyone in Port Charles. So the question is, will she spot the clue that everyone else has missed? Or is this Nathan really back from the dead? To me, that's the tension I've been waiting for. Maxi waking up isn't just a reunion, it could be the start of one of the biggest shocks GH has pulled off in years.